We're going to be going ahead and dividing these guys here. So I have three functions that I've labeled: f of x as x squared minus 9, g of x as 2x, and h of x is x minus 3. So we want to find each of the following. Let's go ahead and start tackling these guys here. So I have the function f over g of x. All right, and basically that's the exact same thing as saying f of x all over g of x. All right, so this is just a little more simpler way of writing that. So f of x over g of x. So my f of x is x squared minus 9. Okay, so that's what my f of x is, and my g of x is 2x. Okay, now is there any way to simplify x squared minus 9 all over 2x? Well, no, not really. I mean, if you want to divide x squared over 2x and then negative 9 over 2x, you can do that. But this doesn't have like a common factor or anything like that, so that would be the final answer right there. There is one thing that you probably do want to note here, is that you should probably put like a comma and say, okay, this is always true for every x, except though when x cannot be equal to 0. And do you see why I would do that? Well, see, because if you were to plug in 0 into the denominator, then that would make that an untrue value, like you can't divide by 0. So just when you simplify these kind of things here, just put what value would make the denominator 0 to make that a complete answer there. All right, coming over here now, f over 8. So we know that our f of x was x squared minus 9, and then our h of x is x minus 3. So now if you were to factor x squared minus 9, that's a difference of 2 squares. So that's x plus 3 and x minus 3, and that's all over x minus 3 there. So this is nice because now these two factors are going to cancel out, giving us just x plus 3. Now I still want to caution you though that you still want to put what values can you not plug in here. So go back to where before we simplified it, and see you still can't plug in the 3 right here, because if you plug in 3, it's going to make the denominator 0. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a comma where x cannot be equal to 3. Now if you're asking yourself, well, but wait a minute, look, if you plug in a 3 right here, that's just 6. Well, yeah, it works right here, but what happens if you plug in 3 right here, it doesn't work. And it has to, this expression has to work for every x. When x is every negative value, when x is 0, and when x is every positive value. That's what this means. It's saying x squared minus 9 over x plus 3 is going to give you some kind of value. So you just need to indicate which ones will they not be true for, okay? And lastly, let's take a look at these guys here. So we have f over g. So our f of x, again, was x squared minus 9, and then our g, I believe, was 2x. Let me just check that. Was that 2x? Yeah. All right, so now we want to, though, replace all the x's with 2, though. Okay, so that's what we had to do. We actually want to replace everything with 2. So now I'm going to put 2 squared minus 9 all over 2 times 2. Okay, and plugging that in, 4 minus 9 is negative 5, and then we have a 4, so that would be it, negative 5 fourths. F over h of 1, well, we learned up here that f over h is simply x plus 3, so that's the same thing as saying x plus 3 of 1. I'm sorry, x plus 3, so that means if you plug it in, 1 plus 3, which is just 4. So that would be the answer right there.